Yes, inene mol nati jele komando.
Yes, they brought people there in the past.
Group bale nata je.
It was a large group.
Political problem olem.
It was on the political problem.
Ala nata ke nata taraje.
And by God's grace, they were there.
Yes, sambananje.
They brought them there.
Thank God, ntolbe je wato minna.
But thank God, the time that we were there,
ni tala kuta jele.
We ended up well with them there.
Because
at that time, our late commissioner, Keba Bojang,
and commissioner Dobije Keba Sise,
and one other commissioner, Keba Sise, is very humane.
So,
he used to come there and chat with them.
So I cannot remember their names.
They were there, there were many, I cannot remember their names.
Political dispute.
There was a political dispute that happened there.
After
they took them out and returned them. But that was a long time.
Because
we were not well acquainted. There were others that we eventually got acquainted with.
But after I
forgot the names of others. It's more than 10 years.
Mr. Jallow, were they also held in a security or confinement wing?
Oh, security warrant on confinement wing for
confinement, momi marata confinement ma asiata bakele.
The people that were in charge of confinement were many.
Mr. Jallow, please just answer my question, because I'm trying to establish the different prisons that detainees were put in. So you've already told us that Janjanbureh have received detainees before. So I just want you to clarify for this commission, how were they held? Were they put in security cells as well?
Oh, I ain't coming na yo jabi. After fondama on in sabatini la follow. Near more samba kasoroje for ike follow getting for ike samba security will you for ike samba confinement la follow.
Janjanbureh de ni Janjanbureh lem Janjanbureh man security soto.
If it is Janjanbureh, then Janjanbureh has no security wing.
Security wing mile 2 late.
Security wing is only in mile 2.
Thank you. So can you tell this commission in what conditions the detainees were held in Janjanbureh?
Silang for isa fono commission wa jang. Alhala nyadi la mika kasolan ko le ke muta nyame Janjanbureh.
Janjanbureh briye nati.
When they brought them to Janjanbureh,
selo le dila.
They gave themselves.
Because Janjanbureh man warabake sel nimanyina mantambi seli sabala.
Janjanbureh is not large. If I am not forgotten, it's not more than 3 cells. Sometimes
the
roll goes down. When they reuse the roll, then these prisoners is what they take and put there. And then put them inside one big cell. That is where Janjanbureh is.
Janjanbureh man security wing soto.
Janjanbureh does not have a security wing.
But remind also to jail.
But they have a remand.
But man security wing soto.
But they don't have a security wing.
Do you sell all finance to me is for convict.
And they have cells which are for convicts.
So Janjanbureh be wole nyama.
That is where Janjanbureh is.
Man sanyi lomba famata je demanding.
I do not know of now because it's been a while I have not been there.
So thank you. So when the detainees were brought in, they were all put in one big cell. Is that correct?
Detainees were all maramolde ni nati kebeke selba kilima lakon. For all.
Yes.
Did that cause overcrowding?
For okana sabule ko for mo kana lanna tambije ba kasia.
Aselo ni mawo warabake bari adipentale mo sifa nanga momin nata because niata nu manyina nu ngala fi golong.
The cell is not very wide, but it depends on the number of detainees that have been brought in. I cannot recall the number, but the people that they brought in were a little bit many. But I cannot say exactly this is the number that was brought. But when they came, they put them all together.
So
they were all there until they were taken out and released.
Mr. Jallow, sorry, was the cell overcrowded? with the amount of detainees they put in at that particular time?
Ko watola fo mo nanga mo me yake ikake ho selo nyin kono fa ka siale bang fa kan lal na tambi
selo ko nga fo nyameng selo nyin ikia special cell le dila because it all mu detainee solid.
Well, the cell, just as I told you, they were allocated a special cell because they were detainees.
So ibajala ko itol beke nyokan jele.
You realize that all of them were put in together.
So nyindongol minialon ko convictol lem.
So these other ones who were convicts,
ye wolle ke nyokan.
they put them together.
Wolle siyata non demanding.
They were a little bit many.
Wol overcrowded taleno.
Those were overcrowded.
Nyindongol wolbe position of mintonung ye fenkele. Ye jele occupy.
So where they were, that is where these detainees occupied.
Ndafola know exactly whether it was overcrowded or it's not overcrowded because I'm metale.
I cannot say whether it was overcrowded or not because it's been a long time. If it is not for this questioning that you are now doing here, in fact I had already forgotten about it.
Thank you. Can you tell us whether they were sealed or they were allowed rest time?
Oh, ni mol ni briye na raja fo isa fo nonni fo kabri e dundi selo kono fo ye sile bang fo wa ika wato dila pour be fin la wato men ka fo alte fo nyondi domandi
inata wato men na kuta ke de buka funtinu.
When they arrived newly, they usually never went out
because ila odal minu kananu
because of the orders that came.
Because awato nyi meta bakale bari biri nata de
the time has been a long time, but when they came,
iman resoto nu
within
that period, they did not have a rest.
Thank you. You also told us that at some point you worked in the Joshuan prison.
Yes.
Can you tell us if you are aware whether detainees were also brought to that prison?
Detainees lata Joshua wo mamme back.
When the detainees started going to Joshua was not a long time.
Because yeminu natinu je yewol soronenu wol musojarol letinu.
Those that they brought there were convicts and they were soldiers.
Wol metanu je back because wollemu baba mane wolti.
They spent a long time there, and that group amongst them was Baba Imane,
Kabari, Kopul Njai, Kairaba, and O2
Tarawale. These were the ones that were brought there. At the time that I was at the Joshua prisons. These were the people that were transferred from Mile 2 and brought to the Joshua prisons. At the time that I was there. These were the ones brought from Mile 2 and transferred there.
Caliber of prisoners.
Those were a caliber of prisoners.
Mr. Jallow, during your tenure of these 30 years, I'm trying to ask you, are you aware of detainees, people who are admitted in prison without a warrant?
Mr. Jallow, akaka menyininka wala mnyindiko ila insanji tansa bo vicho nyimbe kono yedu koke kasi bungolto inana maje mona reje kafume detainee wala maramoa anunyana tije aninkaiti mana kafume waran menyanna etandila ko nyinde anyenna sabati la janne nyanna amuta la janne.
Can you tell this commission if those particular individuals had ever been admitted in Joshua prison?
Isa fono commission wala mo sifal inana ina de Joshua kasib modol banki mutaje ke sindije watra ini warant manna ke sindi la laje
hani ndela doko be kono na experience be kono.
No, in the course of my work, my entire experience,
what
I am aware of, since no human being is perfect,
just one prisons those days discipline was very strong there.
Just one prison was a place where discipline was very strong there. In the time that I was there,
He's a strong-headed somebody.
I am aware that in mile 2, anyone that was headstrong, they used to transfer you to Joshua. And they normally would be able to control you. But for detainees, if at all it happens, I cannot recall. But all the detainees that I was aware of usually are taken to mile 2.
Mr. Jallow, are you aware of a place called Babadinka?
Mr. Jallow, Bambadinka.
Yes, Bambadinka.
Yes, I know Bambadinka.
Can you tell this commission what you know about it?
Bambadinka mudinkiral the separate cell them.
Bambadinka is a place, a separate cell. It's on its own. There are cells there.
Main cell or mankilia.
It's not the same with the main cells.
Individual cell.
These were individual cells.
Just like security wing Benjamin.
Just as the way the security wing is.
Just like number 1 security wing Benjamin.
Just like the way number 1 security wing is like.
Just like number 4 security wing Benjamin.
And just like number 4 security wing.
J is a separate cell.
That place is a separate cell. It is far off from these other prisoners. It is on its own. That is the place they call Bambadinka. That is what I know about it.
And where is Bambadinka found? In the prison service?
Prison kaso bungol bekono. Bambadinka abe mintole.
Abe Joshua prisons le.
It's in Joshua prisons.
And what are the conditions of Babadinka?
Bambadinka aje alhalo be nyadi le.
Konga fale nyamen separate cell them.
Just as I told you, the cells are separate cells.
Wala nanga sampulota confinement number 1 la.
That was why I gave you an example of confinement number 1.
Can you please describe the cell for us?
Selo nyina lo nyanyi ala lo nyanyi fisa fono nyabe nyadi le ba.
Selo nyin lota le ko nyin tabulo be nyame.
The cell is positioned just as this table is like.
Ay bunda soto.
There is a door.
If
you open that door, you have a cell on your left, another one in the middle, another one on the right, and the other one this side, and the other one next to it. That is the way Bambadinka is structured.
Is it well ventilated?
Bambadinka ala palantero ala nying front fenko womu giria solete nying ironol lem Joshua irons. The
window there is what they call the Joshua irons. That is what is facing it.
Ala nyim bunda ba
the main door
wo ay huwele soto.
There is a hole behind it. It also has a hole behind. There are other doors. The last time I was there, what we call Joshua iron, that was what was on the door. I do not know whether that is still in place today, whether it's been taken away, and the other doors were hinged. But the windows were small, but the four side corners, there are irons. That is the way Bambadinka is.
Can you tell us the sleeping condition that exists in Bambadinka?
Bambadinka is yellow in kono je. Je la nyanying abenyadi le ladula.
Bambadinka ala ladula ye slap o lekeje.
Well, the sleeping place has a slab.
Slap o lebeterla je.
The slab.
Ye babaro lakang.
You have a wood placed over it, a plank.
So, at
that time, if someone is parked there, that's where they take you to. They will issue your blanket, and that's where you will be. And that is what you are going to spread
Better la wallet.
On the plank, and that's why the cell is not big. It's very small.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jallow. So now I'll take you back to mile 2.
Mile 2 kaso bumbado sila.
At the main yard, which is where you have spent most of your service life.
Can
you tell us about the conditions that exist at main yard in mile 2 central prisons?
Mile 2 kaso bumbado jela salba nying ala je alhalo be nyadile.
Mile 2 de wati tambita nung.
Well, mile 2 there was time pass.
Mo obasiata nunje.
There was overcrowding there. There were many people in mile 2.
When you talk about overcrowding, we would like you to explain better. What is the capacity of the main yard in mile 2?
Mile 2 jela usalba nying. Anyana ka mo hapo jeleta.
Mote mile 2 means afoko mile 2 nyanta nyinetala.
There is no one in mile 2 who can tell you the capacity of mile 2.
Mile 2 man capacity soto.
Mile 2 has no capacity.
Innata mantu fenga fonga tonyafo.
If we are here and the only purpose is for us to speak the truth,
mile 2 overcrowded anumbakele.
Then mile 2 was overcrowded.
Ndolle be yado kono no.
We were the ones inside the yard.
Wallahi ning nata komisal fe night duty.
To God, for instance, if we came for night duties,
if
I open the door to the cell,
heat from min control taki.
The heat that comes out of the cell.
That
time there was no fan.
It minke taki.
The heat that meets you. You know that truly there are many people here. That is such that even the head count,
because handing and taking over them,
because it's about handing and taking over. You will not say that because there are many people, you will not count them and therefore you just sign the book. You will do the head count and confirm it. But even in that head count, sometimes we almost get lost
because of
the huge number of people there.
So nika hadamaya wala nyama mas fanga
so that is how we used to behave humanly with them and be doing it easy with them and carry on our counting until we can complete it.
Because
when you step on someone, you must apologize. Because there used to be many there, many. So that happened in mile 2.
Within number 1.
Since from number 1
to number 6.
To number 6.
Number 1, 2, 3.
Number 1, 2, 3. They weren't big cells.
Small cells.
They were small cells.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Half number 6.
And number 6. These were the big cells.
So, Mr. Jallow, the way you're explaining it, it's like the cell was so overcrowded that inmates might even have to sleep on top of each other.
Mr. Jallow, ile sataro ika sata nyamenteng. Amun dam fele fuko. Hadama dingon yiriko membe selo nyinkono wae tandile ko hani ladula ni suo kura puri sino fo si la nyoka e puri ye lano e sino.
Ibuke lano minimum palaso soto.
They don't always are able to sleep. Those who don't have space.
Mba fo kan neteng dolbe je ikalla moile.
As I am speaking here, there are others there who are listening to me.
Oh, abe padinol keta padin jamal le keta dol seta bar hanika bi ala dol tujele manta follow ila wato mambam follow.
There has been many pardons and therefore many people went home, but there are still people who are there.
No minu fanam funtita kaso kono mbe min fo kan ibe ya moile.
And even those that left the prisons, what I'm saying, they are hearing it.
Dol minu kanaje wato dol buka ladula soto.
Those that used to come there were times they would not have space where to lie on.
Dol ninata night la we find it very tough.
When we came for night duties, we find it very tough. They'll sit down watching television.
There will be no problem on that.
There will be no problem. But when it's time now to go to bed,
complaint upon complaint.
You hear complaints upon complaints. Complaints upon complaints.
Because I insist Dola palaso to afuko abesila wallet.
You talk until you're tired, because you see some prisoners, a prisoner who will come and insist that they will take some prisoner's space.
Because amantara dulasoto.
Because the person has nowhere to be.
Ita bulala no, I say.
You cannot allow the person to go home.
Ita funtindila no banta.
You cannot take the person outside.
So it was so congested.
So it was so congested.
So, Mr. Jallow, can you tell this commission how the prisoners used to sleep since it was overcrowded?
Silam, Mr. Jallow, silam fo isa fono nyim commission e jang. Prisal membe kasoro jebe soron ninje worsa e kasino nyaadi le kela nyaadi le sino.
Dolmini e palaso soto.
Those that had space,
Kanyo sambale.
they used to take one another
Kanyo kundi.
and create space for one another.
Minumam palaso soto.
Those that do not have space,
Dol katra siri ne fafanoy.
some of them just sit down for the entire night until
Dol
daybreak.
fango ne atra selol tata fata.
Sometimes when the cells are completely filled,
Dol kata si kamolet.
some go and sit inside the toilet.
Tenga wo witness le.
I witnessed that.
Officer in charge.
Officer in charge.
Dol ka sele santo.
Some climb up.
Thank you, Mr. Jallow. So you're telling this commission that the prisons during the periods of 1994 to January 2007, there were particular times.
2017.
2017. Thank you.
Ako, can you go back with the question?
You're telling this commission that during the periods, some periods during the 1994 to January 2017,
Ako ilafta fola commission e jang ko kabrin January karo July karo 1994 katafo de January karo 2017.
the cells at times would be so overcrowded that some prisoners would have to sit down to sleep.
Selol ka fale fo tembe da wato do kasolan kol membe selo kono je buka la dula so fo ka sile pour yesino.
Wala be keren no.
Yes, that was what existed then.
Some would have to stand most of the night to sleep.
Lolo halo esin kolomo la fo fano ke yesi pour casino.
Ani ibuka lode ikasile.
They never stood, they will sit.
Ite lola no ite olo kumbana no ikasile.
They cannot stand the whole night, they will have to sit.
Ni minka be lola.
Anyone that-
So soto nyaaw nya ni ko be lola do ini molbe wali lale.
If you wanted to stand, you will have problem with people.
Because molte taral laring ite taral loring.
Because people will not be lying down and you will be standing.
Ba fole de si.
They will ask you to sit down.
So ite fangote sonna kallo.
You will not even accept to stand.
Ikasile fo fano ke minimum palaso so.
So those that don't have space usually sit until daybreak.
Mini alon ko man palaso soto no.
Those who did not have space then,
Ni fano keta somanda.
when day breaks,
Dol fundita itata outside labor la.
and some went out for outside labor
Because ikela sponge be lampide.
because they used to fold all their mattresses.
So wolsina yela.
Those will now come and sleep.
Jama casino no wala nyama.
And that is the time that many of them used to sleep.
Thank you for that clarification.
Barka ilo senani rodo.
And I also just wanted to get to the point that some even had to sleep in the toilets, even though they were very dirty and smelly.
Munda nyaaw nya mimbinam fudan la dingirado wala mindi jela fa dali al halo kamma dol katela kamolto andu nyaaw nya nyarande nyaaw je katara norinne abe salteri nyaaw nya bari dol katela kamodo jel.
Tonyala kamode jeta seneyala no.
It's true, well, for the toilet, it can never be clean.
Although ika take ale
Although they used to take care of it,
kaku omola,
they used to cleanse it with omo.
kaku sebutola.
They also use ash to
Because anaki
clean
bata
it,
selola le.
because it's very close to the cell.
So ibajala ko pompo bijele mi alon ko ila bathroom auto.
There is a pump in the bathroom.
So je katara seneyari ne.
That place used to be clean,
Nu ika bros le fane ka broso ta ka susa.
and they take with a brush and they try to scrub it.
So wale ati na jama ka wakili ka sije.
And that is why some people used to just take it upon them to sleep there.
Kamo mote sabatila no kamoto.
But no one can live in a toilet.
Kamoto mose sabatino je wati dantan dronella.
A human being can only be there for a little while.
So nyine mu problem oti no bari.
This was the problem then.
Kamoto le dol katara santo.
Some used to be at the toilet, some used to be up.
Because ni sino dunta mola.
Because when someone is sleepy,
Hani ngo fojita dulato do ebe sino lal.
wherever you find yourself, you sleep.
Thank you for clarifying the issues of the overcrowding in the cells.
Barka ilo senani rodo kaso nyin na detola mo hadama dingo kam la ko kam.
Mr. Jallow, I would now like us to talk about the food conditions
Silam bela franga dia mu fanna la memu domoro la karoti.
at the Maltu prisons.
Kasibungoto.
And being the officer in charge,
Ke officer de memu yalanko ita marata kuola.
you would always see the food that was cooked and served to the prisoners. Is that correct?
Wato be domoro men kata be nyinkaso lankole niya tabi janni ba dile la ikaje la fotonyala.
Akamim foteng
What she is saying like this,
lafta jele sene andila.
I want to make a clarification.
Tabiro la karola.
On the side of the food,
Prisoner ye min dila.
the prisoners, what they give them
Kawala tabi.
is what they cook.
Bari niya tabiro ke.
But after they did the cooking,
Itol fangala kana muri ka complain.
they would be the ones in turn to start complaining
Ka fo domoro mambetea.
that the food wasn't good.
Sorry, Mr. Jallow, I will get to that in a minute.
Ko be
We're
futala
taking
jele.
it step by step.
Imbita kang nin simval.
Initially, I want you to clarify to this commission that the food that is served to the inmates
Ako follow lafta men sene neja wala mindi ko domoro men kadi kasolankola.
is and was seen by you on a daily basis before they were served.
Nungolu ninta biro kada fo abanta ya jindi dimbato jandi badi la kasolan ko le nyaka lo akanda foto nyande
Dobi jem ka jele bari dobi jem buka je.
Sometimes I see it, and other times I don't.
Because ninna jiwato sita kontongo mambang.
Because when it's my time to close work and the lunch is not yet ready,
Nka fili jele ntangata.
I leave it and go my way.
Other officer in charge will take over.
The next officer in charge will take over.
Niatra sarate tabiro kele ya bain juna.
But for instance, if the cooking was done and the food was ready on time, early,
Nkaselo bunda yele mes boyol yele.
we opened the mess boys out
Ikatela kontongol kamma.
so that they could go and collect their lunch.
Yela kontongol ta.
After they picked up their lunch,
After ikana tala molte male.
they used to come and now distribute it amongst them.
Nkatara siring na office bunda to je.
We used to sit,
Nkatara siring perenkang.
we sit at the veranda of our office.
Ikela bolol ta.
They take their bowls
Ikela ikadomoroke.
and they eat.
Dol bije ika join.
Some join.
Mr. Jallow, I think you're going ahead of me.
amunda ibe saw ibanya to le ya nyato kuntule
Like I said, let's take it step by step, please.
ko men ya fo nyame ngake simfati sadi so nyofa
Okay.
I want the commission to understand.
lafta le pour commission ye nyim fam
You being an officer
ite keta officer di
and in charge of prisoners,
ando itele marata kasolan kolla
you are aware and you see the food that is served to the prisoners. Is that correct?
domoro nyingi ka jele niya tala janni badi la kasolan kolla foto nyal ndewoti
Anka jele.
Yes, I used to see it.
Thank you. And you see the quality and the quantity that is given to the prisoners. Is that correct?
andum domoro nyin na ala beteya anala kalso yenyi ikajele janni badi lela
Anka jele.
Yes, I used to see it.
Because we've already received evidence before this commission on the type of food that is served to the prisoners.
be kala mudana nyinna ko nga sedan dro soro janne jannite bina jango nga domorol men ka tab sifal ka domor sifal men ka tabir kasodo je ngaw kibarol soro janne
Yes.
We know that they receive pap
ngay kala
mostly in the morning.
ka pap tabiyene somanda
Yes.
We know that they have rice during the day.
ngay fanan kala muda tilibulo e ka mano tabiyene
Yes.
We know that they have what they call the chere, either dry or wet at night.
andu ngay fanan moy jam fo ka fudo tabiyene fo faabe kala fudu kerawol tibam faabe kala fudu sinandingol tibam sudo
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So what I want you to tell this commission today is that food of a quality that an individual should be eating on a daily basis?
silang lefta yewol to fo mole jam o domoro nyi ngay mem domor sifa sabol mem fo jam fo teng fo dom akaka domor ret mi alon ko domor kendo lambam hanama dinga nyanna ka men di hadama dinga aya domo bang
Domoro de definitely is very poor.
Well, the food definitely was very poor.
Because namanke konkoti.
If it is not because of hunger,
Nintelem denda domola.
if it were me, I wouldn't eat it.
Dol ka domole.
Some used to eat it,
Ari dol buka son ka dom.
but some refused to eat it
Because domoro ni mang quality soto.
because the food has no quality.
Thank you. We have also received evidence before this commission that because of the poor quality of the food and the malnutrition, there have been prisoners who have suffered certain diseases in the prison. Is that correct?
Andunga seri andiro fana soro nyin komison nyati lumola jan domoro nyin na kende ya balia ni domoro nyin na kati balia kamal dol beje ni adomo ikana kuran soro domoro nyin domoro kola fo fana muto nyalde.
Yes.
Can you please tell this commission about the disease that was suffered by the prisoners?
Isi fono commission ni o domoro nyin domo fa pareta ikana mun kuran sifale soto mun kuran sifale kana le ikang
domoro kiline bi jemi alonko wo official fon be jakalindi le prisoner jakalindi.
There is one particular food which surprises the prisoners as well as the officers.
Mo bele o kurangolong.
Everyone knows that disease.
Kafa biribiri.
It's called beriberi.
Biribiri mu feneti na e mari muta.
When you contract beriberi,
yes,
if you press on your foot, there is a dent in. Before the skin rises up again,
some seconds or some minutes
it takes some seconds or some minutes. In fact, if it is family established in you, it takes a long time. Whenever we see someone whose feet were swollen, on many occasions, you are told that you contracted beriberi. The prisoners themselves will tell you. The officers will tell you, but your feet are swollen, you have beriberi. If you have not hidden it, and you went to the clinic, there is a particular tablet which if they give it to you, and you drink it, you used to urinate, you perform some exercises, and by that it gets out of your system. But if you don't do those, you have not taken the medicine, and you don't perform any exercises, if it gradually climbs up your body, if you are not lucky, it could kill you.
Thank you very much for that information. I would also like to ask you, are there any other conditions that exist in Mile 2 prisons that affect prisoners and cause other illnesses to them?
Ninga bota yin kolea kudol men fojam fo kolea kudol fana beje me alongo aka yin kasotan kol ake batandi baka menga na sababu kurang soto la koteke bang kasoto jeto bang.
Yes.
Yalong Mile 2 dinkiraminti asumuyata bakele.
You know the kind of place Mile 2 is very cold, and we've been there for some time. If you sleep on the floor, you could swell, and you'll be diagnosed as having beriberi, and you'll be prescribed medicines for beriberi, when in fact it is not beriberi. That too used to disturb them.
So can you tell us what disease they would be suffering then, if it's not beriberi?
Pesa fono commission sa wodo sai ni arama ka kuran bala man ke beriberi mun kuran sifa la ka finta bala
o kuran sifa aka ke sumu ya kuran alti pneumonia.
That is disease that is contracted as a result of cold, which is called pneumonia.
Pneumonia le ka cause.
Pneumonia causes that.
Sa fo kon singol kan dimile,
and they will complain of pains on their legs.
Na side sol kan dimile.
Sides are paining.
That
also causes it.
Through experience.
Because we are there together with them. And we are the ones that get their complaints. And that is where also we assist them. Sometimes we buy medicines for others. But it's just like the prisoners, they don't praise anyone. Whatever you did for a prisoner, Except you tell the person, here is the way home.
Imam Fenkai.
For them, you've done nothing for them. Because there are people who buy medicines for them.
Especially Sanying.
Especially now. Now people buy medicines for them.
Because I'm back a specs dole some prisoner Baba Jallow.
Not long ago, someone bought a spectacle for a prisoner, Baba Jallow.
By then I was the chief officer.
Mr. Jallow, we will get to those issues later. We just want to establish the sicknesses or diseases that affect prisoners at Mile 2.
Lafta fundamental on the long kalong kasoton kol kuran sifa nya de ka boy kanje ni be kasoro je watola.
And so far you have told us about 2.
And science and kuran sifa fula yo la fanye.
These are the 2 that I know, and they are the ones I can talk about.
Is there another disease that affects their eyes?
Kuran do fana be jelba menke nyal kolya di nyala ba.
Molka complain nyala bari
people complain about their eyes.
Eye clinic.
Some complain about some complain about eye pain and they used to go to the clinic. But the diseases that I know about, which give us worry there, was this pneumonia and this beriberi. These are the ones we are aware of. If you are not a doctor, you cannot say that such person has a particular disease. It's only when people are very suspicious that in fact it is a particular disease. Because when you contract it and you go to the hospital, and the doctor says it's beriberi, you cannot deny that it's not beriberi. Tomorrow, if you see someone in that same condition, you will tell the person that you have contracted beriberi. So in that situation, all of us became doctors. So when anyone that sees anyone swollen, you tell the person you have beriberi. And there are other ailments that make someone swell. But beriberi and this pneumonia, that was rampant there. Pneumonia was as a result of sleeping on the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Jallow.
Baraka, Mr. Jallow.
Can you tell this commission how many prisoners you're aware of that have gone blind while serving time in Mile 2?
Isa fono nyim commission way itela londo do yemel long kaso lanko jelle tata je tata ila kaso lakang inata na inyal nata na finki
hani nene man ben wo fe.
I never witnessed that. I say people who would say that they have pain in their eyes.
Say samba eye clinic.
They will take you to the eye clinic. But to say that someone suffered eye problems to the extent of getting blind. It could be, but I'm not aware since there were many prisoners. Because there were many cells. But I never came across that. And nobody ever complained such to me. That someone has gotten blind. I'm not saying it never happened, but I was never aware of it.
Thank you, Mr. Jallow, for that. At this point, I'd like to talk about the medical procedures and treatments given to prisoners.
Sorry, 1 minute,
Mr. Jallow. Mr. Chair, if I'm permitted, I only have a few more questions for the witness. So with permission, may I proceed because I know it's actually break time now.
Yes, please proceed, Counsel.
Can you tell us about the medical procedure?
Jaralo bunda prison kasoro je jaralo bunda ka nyadi le boro
jente jamfala woto bake.
I would not be able to talk much about that
because woman medical side let,
because that is on the side of the medics. Because I have not learned that. But at the time that I was there, And the prisoners are listening to me, those that are in the yard.
In the morning,
when I come in the morning,
na official,
my officers,
I'll sick report safe.
I used to tell them to write the sick report.
Yes, sick report safe.
After they've written the sick report, sometimes I used to gather them together and take them to the clinic. I did that several times. It is up to the medics. When they prescribe medicines for them, and if you have someone outside who could buy it for you, the person would buy it for you. If it is there, the medics will give it to you. Because it is there for you. But there are other issues of theirs. It is only the medics who could.
We are just escorting officers.
Talk much about that. For us, we were just escorting officers.
You complain or dealer?
They give you a complaint.
You complain or forward.
You forward the complaint. Your junior comes and tells you there is a particular prisoner lying in his or her cell. If, for instance, the person is tired, sometimes the fellow inmates, they would assist the individual, and you would escort the individual to the clinic. If it is necessary for a referral, they will refer the particular person. If the person is referred, the shift that is on duty would send its officers there to be on guard there. When another shift takes over, those will go there and replace those ones on duty. If you take over, someone else will come also and take over from you. The one that would be there in the morning, that is the one who spent the night there, is the one who is going to replace that person. On the side of the medics, this is what I know.
Thank you, Mr. Jallow.
Abaraka.
When you escort a prisoner
dandang
to the medic, do they always have medication to provide for the prisoner?
For what be jaral dingira ning ikaboro sorol ba bendi la kasoran kola ba
sometimes they used to get, but other times they don't have at all. We also take supplies from a particular place. For instance, if the supply is exhausted and a new stock has not been brought in,
because they find it very tough.
And sometimes before they get the supplies, they find it very tough. God is a witness.
Thank you. That is what I wanted you to clarify, that the medication is not always available for the prisoners. Thank you. Another issue that I wanted to clarify for the Commission is that are prisoners always given permit to get outside treatment when it's necessary, like being referred to a hospital?
Lafta dingira do men fanansena wala nyinde fo kasoton kol nying fo wato be ni sulo nata ika silo dilal bam puriyeta jaralo soto bantala na sulo nata
dolbi je wol ka soto le.
There were some who used to get that,
but dolbi je wol bu ka soto,
but there were others who don't have that.
Thank you. At this point, I would like us to talk about the deaths of prisoners that occurred in prison.
Silanging saembe laflanga kacha fanna mena wala nyinde ko mo men faro fa men kasoto kaso nyindo je laflanga o fanna le kacha.
Can you tell this commission how prisoners are dealt with when they die in prison?
Kasoton kol nying ni tara fo mo fata je ikamari nyi mara nyaadi le.
My little knowledge that I have gathered from there, whether someone dies inside a cell or whether they die in a hospital, if I told the person died in prison, it is our medics who take care of the person, since they are the medics. If I told the person is at the hospital and died there,
and official ka katale death certificate nati.
Officers try to bring the death certificate
officer in charge ko kari bantale
to present to the officer in charge, indicating that so-and-so prisoner has died.
And information o pass wo nyama ka fo kari bantale.
And that is the manner in which the information is passed to say that so-and-so person has died.
Then command ya kalamuta.
So that the command is aware,
Medical the
the medics will get up and perform their duties. I witnessed that. I saw that.
Mr. Jallow, we have received evidence here that inmates are usually locked up from 7 till 7 in the morning. Is that correct?
Nga kibaro fana soro jang ko kasodan kol wato do ka do ikedol soron ne kabutala woro wala somanda fotala woro wala uraro fo mto nyalti ba.
Yalong kaso procedure minti.
Well, the procedure of the prison, if you look at the act,
7 o'clock nyanta prisoner better la konotol.
7 o'clock should find all prisoners in their cells.
All movement will be ceased.
All movements will cease.
But yalong dinkira o dinkira.
But you know, in any place, there are people that you trust. There are people who are our red bands.
Trust prisoners.
They are trusted prisoners.
They could
go to the length and breadth of the prison, within the prison. They could go to the garden. They used to be the garden guards. The water there to assist the officers. The one in charge of the garden. At that time, he would be in the kitchen. Those would be the last ones to go in.
7 o'clock,
but by 7 o'clock, every prisoner should be inside the cell.
Thank you, Mr. Jallow.
And if you are also bringing a prisoner outside, it has to be 7 o'clock.
Because near Funtindi before 7.
Because if you bring them out before 7, if for instance something happens to that prisoner, they will refer you back to the act. They will ask you, why did you bring this guy outside even before the prescribed time? That is why when it is 7 o'clock, all prisoners get in. That is within the rules of the prison system. Every place has its own rights.
Standing order kasotole.
There are standing orders, which was brought about by our seniors who sat down and decided that this is what ought to happen. This ought not to happen. Whatever is good is what has to happen. That which is not good, that should not happen. If it happens, it would be you responsible for doing it, but it should not have been done. Is what I know.
Thank you, Mr. Jallow, for that explanation. The simple answer to my question then is yes. Prisoners are taken in at 7 and taken out at 7.
No, so near the nine Jabro can all medical. Kasram Cole, ike dundi 7 yana tare dunta and 7 so mandala for sifin dindino. Wala na Jabro ni wala muhadi war.
Yes, I know it. I was just emphasizing it for you. It's my work. That is why I want to explain it to you. Not that I am agreeing with you.
Maybe
Maybe you know that, but there are others who don't know.
Thank you very much. So my next question on that was going to be that if an inmate died, a prisoner died during the night in the cell, how is that situation handled? Can you explain to the Commission?
Ninta for all halato me alon ko kasolon ko fata sudo silanga be selo kono alka o ko nyin al halo nyal ka muta nyaadi le
ni mo fata selo kono suto.
If someone died in the cell in the night,
nyindo ko momo nala area lem.
This work, everyone has their own area of activity.
Kaso kono jama bi je mo kaso tole mi alon ko wole fanam bekela nying dolla kebati.
In the prison, mostly there is one amongst others who usually is their head.
Niatra ala yake abanta selo le kono suddenly abanta selo kono.
If let's say the person suddenly dies,
the locking up officer commandilal.
They will call the locking up officer.
Natra misal fe 2 o'clock lem.
For instance, if it is 2 o'clock,
the locking up officer is there to oversee all the problems.
The locking up officer is there to oversee all the problems. He collects the keys
after taking over at night.
After taking over at night,
I save key.
You will put all the keys into the safe.
Emergency key bondi the officer in charge la.
He will take the emergency key and hand it over to the officer in charge.
The main store key at any water.
But he will go home with the main store key.
Is not emergency.
But that key, if at all it is not an emergency, because they used to sew it. They used to sew it and they just let the lid, a little tip of it out. If you should remove that key from that pouch without a situation which is deemed to be an emergency situation,
you will explain how and why.
You will explain how and why.
So that prison, banta locking up officer in charge, be locking up commandila, locking up room.
Officer in charge will call the officer in charge at the locking up room. He will come.
After a medical fanang inform.
At that time, they would have informed the medics.
Will be ibena.
All of them will come.
They open the cell.
They will open the cell. The prisoners will assist them. They will remove the cups to the clinic before day breaks. If at all there is an ambulance or a vehicle,
hospital.
They will take the person to the hospital, to the mortuary.
And from there, communication will be done.
From there, communication will be done.
The man in charge.
The man in charge
will make a call.
Will make a call.
He start to inform the authorities.
And begin to inform the authorities.
This is what I know.
This is what I know.
Has there been any particular time where a dead prisoner has had to stay in the cells till morning before taken out?
For what na sort of that jail bang mo fa selo kono nungi ma findin di selo kono fo fa no keta.
Yes, that what once happened.
Thank you very much for that information. At this point, I would like you to tell us about your detention and being detained at the remand wing for 22 days.
Silang nyim fanna lafta kamen kacaja wala muita fango kunnimo ye muto men kela ye sindi detention ye detain tilimuang nim fulo.
Ndela detention a started daming
where my detention started.
Yembula doku wala.
I was given an assignment.
Doku nying ata nyimbulo kandimi.
At that time, my right hand was paining me. Because some of us have been in mile 2 for a long time.
Operation Tamata.
That time, operations traveled. He went on a mission.
One boy bijeka fai Solo Manga.
There was one boy called Solo Manga.
Nata interloring Fenkoto. Na falling blood. Parade ground.
He came and found me standing at our parade ground.
TTC Balaje.
Besides TCC.
Anata akonye mbitang.
He came to me and said to me, my in-law.
Konye mako DG ko ni mobile lebe confinement ni mamfunti.
He said to me, help me, please, because the DG said that if there are mobiles in confinement and they are not brought out,
I will have a problem.
I will have a problem. Please, let's go so that you could help me.
We
used to go with the recruits.
You lead.
You lead them.
By then he was a superintendent.
By then he was a superintendent.
Na dindingolem.
He was my junior.
But na boss lem.
But he was my boss.
Senior service la.
I seniored him in the service.
Senior rank la.
But he seniored me by rank. And we were together. He begged me. I told him my hand is paining me. He said, "Are you not happy with me being operations?" I said, "No, it's not that. It's just that my hand is paining me." He said, "Please help me."
Okay, no problem. Let's go.
I said to him, "Okay, no problem. Let's go."
We went to security wing.
We went to security wing. And we separated. I went with one group. Others went with other group.
Was number 5 BJ, number 4 BJ, number 7 BJ, number 1 BJ.
There was number 5, number 4, number 7, number 1.
Mr. Jallow, if I may just take you through your statement of what was said. It is correct that you went to conduct a search.
Yes.
And in conducting this search, mobile phones were found.
Yes.
And at some point you were accused that you had taken one of the mobile phones. And you were also asked to testify against some of the other officers that they also found mobile phones.
Sorry.
But then you did not testify against them.
No, I'm sorry. Let me clarify that portion.
Go ahead.
Okay. Bring a search, okay?
After we conducted the search, members of my group,
Umar Mane, P.O. Mane,
I was there with him. He took a hoe and he was digging around. By God's grace, we found a polythene bag. Mane took it out.
Moved some inch.
At that time, I had moved some inches. He called me and said, "The mobiles that we are looking for are here."
Let me consult the most senior man on the ground.
I told him, "Let me consult the most senior man on the ground."
By then I was an inspector. SPO Ba Kumandiwato SPO.
I called SPO Ba because at the time he was SPO. He came and I showed them to him.
He told me, "Okay, let me consult the most senior man on the ground."
He told me, "Okay, let me consult the most senior man on the ground."
ASP Ablai Bojang Kumandi.
He called ASP Ablai Bojang.
Noah Dabo was there.
Famara
Sane was there. Modsar
was there. So we all converged there. I picked up the polythene bag. I tore it. I stuck in my left hand and brought out 2 phones. I gave one to Noah Dabo. I held on to one. The one that I held,
I can fully remember the battery cover.
Its battery cover was sellotaped. But it's my right hand that was spinning. The finger. So I removed the sellotape on the cover of the battery.
And left the battery of the car, confirm whether there is any SIM or not.
I wanted to remove the battery to confirm whether there was any SIM or not. Abulai snatched the phone from my hand. And he injured me along the process. Some people told him, "This man's son is spinning, you are injuring him." He went with the phone. The one with Noah was the one that we confirmed, and we found an official SIM card in it. After some time, he came back.
Whether there is any SIM.
We asked him if there was any SIM. He said there was no SIM.
And from there, I hand over chief office.
Then from there, we handed over the phones to the chief office.
What was Chief Sar lemu chief ti?
That time, Chief Sar was the chief.
Distribution of la somanda.
I used to assist him with the distributions in the morning.
Together with SPO Ba.
Together with SPO Ba.
What was SPO lemati?
At that time, it was SPO.
So after you funol bechika ya hand over Chief Sarla.
They took the phones and handed them over to Chief Sar.
Chief Sar ya hand over another senior man la wole asamba director ya David Colley.
Chief Sar handed it to another senior officer, who then handed them over to the DG, David Colley.
So we for few days.
So we were there until after a few days.
Atambulo saying abendimikan no good no bad.
My hand was paining severely.
Nata mile 2 during continent and Tata Lopitan.
I came to mile 2 and I proceeded to the hospital.
But in a hospital nada drumbulo be eating.
I came from the hospital and my hand was swollen.
Chief Sar yenje.
Chief Sar saw me.
CSP Molamin Mane yenje.
CSP Molamin Mane saw me.
When you go ite bulo beteng ikanajan. Say.
He told me, your hand is in this condition and yet you are coming here. Go home. I said, no, I came to look for medicine. I cannot just sit like that without medicine.
That was inside the main yard.
That was inside the main yard. I went outside like that, going out.
Former headquarters stop.
I went until I was nearly at our former headquarters.
One boy began ex-prison officer.
There was one boy, an ex-prison officer. May God have mercy on him. He came there at that time
from Holigam.
He said that all of you should go and answer. Behold, that case was moved forwarded to Holigam. So we went to Holigam. We gave our statements. What transpired, we explained. Everyone is saying we saw Ablai snatch the phone from Jumbo's hands. I also said he took it from my hand and went with it. So we went and gave those statements. I was there until after my hand became better.
We a call received from justice.
We were there and suddenly we got a call from the Justice Department. If I have not forgotten, I think it was Abdullah Mikhail who was there. That we should go and answer. We went there and he asked us.
And the statement will be bondi.
He removed all of our statements.
When this case is under court.
He said to me, this case is under court.
Banjul Magistrate Court.
At the Banjul Magistrates Court.
You are going to testify.
He said to me, you are going to testify.
Okay, no problem. What I know, that's what I'm going to say.
I said to him, no problem. What I know is what I will say. So we went. Since that day, I never had peace again.
They trapped me.
They trapped me.
I want to testify against officer.
Because I was going to testify against other officers. But I did not report the case to Holigam. I did my duties.
The Director General case ni samba Holigam.
The Director General was the one who took the case to Holigam. So now the thing has now turned against them.
Accused.
Who was there? Who were accused?
Solomanga was accused.
Solomanga was accused.
Ablai Bojang was accused.
Ablai Bojang was accused.
No Ablai Bojang Solomanga volente force kadung wo diamokono.
And Ablai Manga was the one that forced me to get into that issue.
I will not go there.
Because at that time my hand was paining me. If not that, I wouldn't have gone there.
There was a time to live steering yoka.
But there was a time we were living together. My room was here. He was here. We used to sit down and chat, and we were beneficial to each other. That was why I went there. So they arrested them and took them to Holigam. I went home. They were there for some time. One day they called me that I should report to court.
DPP fangole lota akonte ko Jombo, you are number one witness.
DPP stood and said to me, Jombo, you are number one witness.
Because of everybody is saying that we have seen this man snatch the phone from your hand.
Because everyone is saying that we have seen this man snatch the phone from your hand.
But he take it from me.
So you are going to say that he took it from you.
Okay, no problem.
I said, okay, no problem.
So
I was the only one that testified. They asked me and I narrated everything. So they asked me whether I had any problems with these people. I said, no, we have no problems.
After for few days,
I was there after a few days. They called me again to be cross-examined. I went and did that cross-examination. The lady asked me everything she should ask me. That is their lawyer.
After
when I was done, I went. Since that day, I never had peace anymore. They trapped me.
So now get to the point of what happened until you were arrested and detained.
Yes. So
what
happened until I was arrested?
Because by then among the inspectors,
there was only one person who was my senior.
That was SPO Kalilusane.
That was SPO Kalilusane.
By then he was SPO.
By then he was SPO.
Apart from Ate.
Apart from him,
Senior.
I senior the rest of them.
Okay. Mbije,
we were there.
Yen roster shift okono. They put me in shift.
They put me on a shift.
Yes, they go and discuss. They say now when we want to get this man, let us put him in the shift.
They went and discussed and said to get this man we should put him in a shift.
Whereby any fallacious error.
Mr. Witness, you want to speak English now?
Mistake wrong.
So that whatever mistake happens anywhere, we can use that now to get him.
Office.
They called me to the office. And they told me now you are in the shift.
But that is not normal.
But everybody knew that that wasn't normal.
Because service is rank and number.
Because service is rank and number.
You cannot put me in a place whilst my juniors are there.
You cannot put me in a place whilst my juniors are there.
Those people should be at the shift.
Those people should be at the shift.
But
they picked us and put us there.
No problem. It's part of the job.
I said to them, no problem. It is part of the job.
Whenever you serve 3 months, we take you out.
They said to me, yes, whenever you serve 3 months, we will take you out.
Because maybe before that 3 months, they will get me.
They were sure that perhaps before the 3 months, they will get me.
And the Noah also was part of that searching. At
that time, Noah was there.
So Ning Noah will baby Nyokanje.
So I was there with Noah and others. We were there together.
So
they put me in the shift.
Morning duties doku.
I performed my morning duties.
All can I kafonya, but I'll tell you you understand.
People used to come and tell us, but I don't understand what is happening. How can they handpick you to perform the duties when you in the shift, when you have your genius?
I
said to them, there is no problem. I performed my morning duties and completed.
Night duty.
I performed my night duties.
Night duty another Sunday, Monday.
When I completed the night duty, which was on a Sunday, night duties, the following day, Sunday.
One night duty by then, one night duty, almost 6 lenata duties la. More war.
At that time, the 6 of us came for night duties.
More 6 lebembulu.
I had 6 people. Excuse me. I was the 7th.
Almost 7.
Those 7 people.
A killing of post main gate bundato.
I posted one at the main gate.
That night.
Adama. Him alone.
I post 2 at the remand wing.
I posted 2 at the remand wing.
I post one at the gate lodge.
I posted one at the gate lodge.
I posted one at the class 1.
I posted one at the class 1.
I post another one class 2.
I posted another one class 2.
The matter konoto as a patrolling officer.
I was alone inside as a patrolling officer.
Bijefu fanoketa.
We were there until daybreak.
Ntefango wulitantata mwonyini banta.
I went outside to look for someone.
Goni officer follow me reporter na nga grip nga fay tawasanto isajense personal funtindino before saving kukol ni nyimo kotengol isajese doko keno.
I said that the first person that will report to work, I will capitalize on that person and send him up the tower so that the cooks and the others could be able to do their jobs and the prisoners can able to come out.
Because hospital kasoto like court kasoto so ni meyele because of manghan soto abdilians binale.
Because there were people going to court, there were some going to the hospital. So if I did not open them and I did not have assistance, the delay was going to be considerable. So I went outside. I was there, then suddenly I saw people running. Behold, somebody jumped, remind. When he jumped, the officers followed him.
But the
officers did not eventually see him. He lost track. They lost track.
Atatanim prisons komala headquarters komala kata.
He went behind the headquarters, back of the headquarters, and he was moving along.
So, Mr. Jallow, you're telling this commission that a prisoner escaped?
Yes.
Yes.
Continue.
So, I'm bringing wo Canada.
When he escaped,
atata fo radio seed ma fangola.
He went until radio seed.
Alain de ma min fongo yas police o mi a charge for ya samba kasokono.
By God's grace, the police officer who charged him until he was taken to court
was
the one who actually saw him.
Ala motolondi.
He parked his vehicle. He called him and apprehended him and brought him back.
So can you tell the commission how that led to your arrest and detention?
For commission, munenata sabu waketa mune wokendi hanu fo wale nata ketela mutoti aninke sindi dulakeli.
Biling wo escape happened that iko yo saying asotole.
When that escape happened, they said, "Okay, now we have got him." I went outside looking for someone, but I did not complete that assignment. I came back rushing in.
Because escape Because
where the escape took place and where I was in the main yard. This one is at the remind wing over there.
Demo is nearly 200 meters.
The distance between us was nearly 200 meters.
Officer in charge lebije.
And there was an officer in charge.
Sergeant in charge tajela.
A sergeant was in charge of that place.
Mintomu Ibrahim Ambai.
Whose name was Ibrahim Ambai.
And Lamin Bojang.
And Lamin Bojang. They were on duties there. In my yard,
take over.
The one I took over from.
By then the roll was 774.
By then the roll was 774.
Take over.
That was what I took over. This guy escaped from that place.
Late Peter Bojan Nat.
I was there. Suddenly, the late Peter Bojan came. And Alaji Job. They said to me, "We've been instructed to take you to remand." I said, "Remand for what?" They said, "We've been told to detain you." I told them I wasn't going.
Most of the officers were crying.
Out of all the 6 officers who were on duty at that night, were you the only one who was arrested?
The
people that I was in the yard, I was the only one that was arrested.
Sergeant remind.
The sergeant that was at remand.
What escape duty la.
That man went for the escape duty.
Mr. Jallow, my question is, out of the 6 of you that were on duty that night, were you the only officer that was arrested?
Ako akenyinin kamen na atel molu men budu kola wulal nyim mo woro yado kono bari ina tete damman na mutaw molu kono
ha yentele muta anin sajino nyi.
Yes, I was the one arrested with the sergeant.
But remind ba fangoyele.
But the remand is on its own.
Yado ba fangoye.
The yard is another place of its
security
own.
Wing ba fangoye.
The security wing is another area of its own.
Female wing ba fangoye.
The female wing also is another area of its own.
So nibe yado kono fengo kita remind ita alonna.
If you are in the yard, whatever happens at the remand wing, you will not be aware of it.
Nibe remind fengo kita yado kono ita alonna.
If you are in the remand, whatever happens in the yard, you will not be aware of it.
Posting neke.
I did my posting.
Masajino ni nyinkeje.
I put a sergeant and this other man
All
there.
the prisoners were inside. Mo bebe konot.
All the prisoners were inside. Everyone was inside.
Taking over Keta Banta.
The taking over took place and it was completed.
Just to patrol.
Just to patrol was what was left.
The locking up officer was there.
The locking up officer was there.
Momo a complaint soto.
Anyone who has a complaint,
they will call the officer in charge.
They will call the officer in charge.
They will call the locking up officer.
They will call the locking up officer.
Very woman ke yentele muta.
That didn't take place. They just arrested me.
Boy indingo mimbe remind.
The young man at the remand.
Yobula ko eta headquarters itata yoka kota guard.
They allowed him to go to the headquarters so that he will become the quarter guard there.
So Sergeant Onyi yofanang arrest.
The sergeant was also arrested.
Yeah, saying Sergeant Onyi was sacrificed ntella.
The sergeant was sacrificed because of me.
Because we didn't have a director here.
Because when we went to the director, he said Mbai once helped him at the confinement.
So therefore,
so that's why he said he didn't want to see Mbai in such a predicament. He said he will set an example for me. We made ourselves the brave ones.
Testify officially.
We are the ones who stand and testify against officers. I told him that to testify against an officer didn't start with me. That happened many times in this prison here. Many people stood here and testified against officers. He told them to return me back. He said I should have sent somebody to the quarters. I told him that I didn't have enough men. How can I send somebody to the quarters and leave the prison empty when there are other people lying down there? I said I will not do that. So I said okay, then they took me back. He said he will set an example for me.
So Mr. Jallow, how long were you detained for at the remand wing?
Yete sindi remand wati jelle.
I was there for 22 days.
Were you charged with any offense?
Ye tumi kulale banko nyineke.
Bijele for last minute. Obe man charge nun de man statements ave tous on adare nyaka signal.
I was there until the last minute. All that while I was not charged. I did not give any statement. They just ignored me there.
So mbije do ngajel fo bring ala nata kairo natinye.
I was there until when peace came my way.
Inata Borakoli nati.
They brought in Borakoli.
Borakoli take over. Ayodla take over on the 6th.
Borakoli took over that place on the 6th.
On the 7th.
On the 7th.
On the 8th.
On the 8th.
On the 9th.
On the 9th. That was on a Monday.
Bora birim Bora nata.
When Bora came,
nata Raunola.
He went around.
Nata Josuang.
He went to Joshua.
Janning Akana.
Before he returned,
Bijedro natang kumandi.
I was there suddenly. I was called.
Ala joble natang kumandi.
Ala Job came and called me.
Konye ko ngata DG ko alete danko.
He told me let's go. DG said that you should go and answer to him.
Atanga 22 days keje.
At that time, I had already spent 22 days.
Mbuka na family je.
I never saw my family.
Mbuka domoroke.
I never ate.
Ala ni molo.
God and other people.
Na ladula fama tabarikallah.
Even where I sleep, only God knows.
Setambinu wala fama biribiri semuta.
If I had stayed longer, I could have contracted beriberi. Because I was lying on the floor. It could make me sick. But by God's help,
officers
started complaining.
Ya dani nyao nya mansong.
They begged him, but he would not accept.
Num prisoner nyi mutata ya murundi nang.
And the prisoner was caught and returned back.
I sindi je for 22 days.
He packed me there for 22 days.
Lota ka mbaile.
And then he said he has dismissed me.
I naranko be bondi mbala wato mu SPO.
And he removed all my ranks, demoted me. At the time I was an SPO.
Alani na nyin director kuto.
God and this new director and other good people who are within the prison system, they are the ones that came together. And this new director, they spoke to Bora. They said this man was taken advantage of. He said he has withdrawn. They said they dismissed him, and this guy has done nothing which warrants the dismissal.
So, Mr. Jallow, at this point, you were reinstated.
So, Mr. Jallow, Nintembe ye Murundi do kolale.
Hi, nata Murundi.
Yes, they eventually reinstated me.
And according to your statement, you were lucky that none of your salary was discontinued.
Andu akitayimanta bemati imela jokuntu.
Because imanna jokuntu.
They did not discontinue my salary.
But
if it had passed that stage, it would have affected my salary.
I find it very tough.
I found it very tough.
Because detained on the 19th.
I was detained on the 19th until the end of the month.
Until on the 9th.
Until the 9th. That was when he said that he has dismissed me. My salary was there. I couldn't pick it up. I couldn't give it to my family. So I was there. That time, how my family sustained themselves, only God knows. My friends and relatives, they assisted me, my mother's, father's, uncles.
So after Natata Holygam,
then I went to Holygam
for the body, because I control loyalty for the body lay.
Because he said we were loyal to Fode Bari.
I control loyal for the body. It's a case referred to for the body.
I told him that we are not. It's not part of that we are loyal to Fode Bari, but you forwarded the case to Fode Bari.
So Nintul Tata J Fode Bari in the statement what I court case pushed to Holygam to this court. Young Kumandika testify.
So when we went to,
because manganing solo accused wo mobile la wala atina keta kesti wolle nata lo box auto ni test nge fenk.
So manganing
Ablai Bojang,
because it was Manga and Ablai Bojang who stood in the box during the case.
So woman Nadia.
That's what pained him.
So wala atina nata lo nye kang yang kangkati.
That's the reason why he decided to treat me badly. It was because of the help of the director. It was the good people in the prison. They told him that this man didn't commit any crime.
So the testify.
The day I went to testify,
cross-examine.
The day I went for the cross-examination, that's the day when Bora called me.
Inspector.
He said to me, Inspector,
where are you?
Where are you?
Police station.
I said to him, I am at the Brikama police station presently. He told me, tomorrow come and report here. Where is your sergeant? I said to him, he's there. He told me to inform the sergeant so that tomorrow we can all report together. Then I went for the cross-examination.
So after Birimbota, the following day, Nata report.
Then the following day, we came and reported.
Then they took
me to Bora. When he asked me, I narrated everything to him. He said if he was to dismiss you, he should have dismissed you before I come.
But take over from a pare among case report ya manfem for code ingata Joshua before Mbina Aebai.
Because I will not come here, take over the place. Just on my, I went to Joshua just for a checkup, and before I come back, he decided to dismiss you. I will not accept that.
Because being Altada officer to Mbota and Joshua Nata, Belorin Salot, Itambitana Salotole.
He said because when we were going to his office, I had come back from Joshua. You passed me
So, Mr. Jallow, at this point, you were reinstated in the service.
Mr. Jallow nyintemba amunta dali murundi do kolale.
And up to date, you are still with the service.
Andu fokana bala sai na do kolale.
Yes.
Mr. Jallow, thank you very much for coming to testify before this commission today. Mr. Chair, I am done with the witness. Thank you.
Numbara ke kana sede arola jang. Atala nyininkaro dantawoletu. Silang ay kodi chairman lela commission chairman ani ning commission do nyininkaro soto ibe nyininkala.
Thank you very much indeed, Council, and thank you, Mr. Jallow, for your testimony.
I council numbara ayete fana numbara puri sonta kana sede arola.
Commissioners, if you have any questions, please indicate. We'll do that. Commissioner Samba, you have the floor, please.
Commissioner Samba, wale lafte nyininkala sayin.
Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Jallow.
Commissioner Samba kabe konto na Mr. Jallow.
Lafte nyininkala kuma kangom melna wala mnyintiko lafte nyininkala for prison mantara on the PMU.
I want to ask you whether the prisons is not under the PMO.
Ibe under PMO le.
Yeah, under the PMO.
Sila niyata la prison be under PMO. Me dismiss. I dismiss nyadi le imanta PMO maleka dila. PMO man femfoe. Fate ka sidro ka foe ko nge baile aye bay akwo sita wonya.
If the prisons are under the PMO, how did your dismissal come about? Since you got no letter from the PMO indicating that you've been dismissed, how did he just take it upon himself to dismiss you like that without any intervention of the PMO?
Adalta wokela la ake mo jamale la menu senior.
He has been used to that. He did that to many people who were even my seniors.
Deputy commissioners.
Because he did it to deputy commissioners.
I will be thinking the commissioners ke forced to retire.
Some commissioners were even forced to retire.
So, Farah Mumi Alongo just inspector them.
Farah, somebody like Farah who was just an inspector.
So, what on them inspector it?
I was an inspector too at that time.
So, Ibajalako, I mean for motitus knowledge.
This was, that was the way. Whatever he says, nobody can do anything about it. But if Allah is on anybody's side, nobody can do anything to you. He said to me that he has dismissed me on Monday. I went out on Tuesday.
Arabo ntata testify cross-examine.
On Wednesday, I went for the cross-examination. That was the day they called me and told me to come back and report for duties on Thursday. He did what he was able to do. But Allah did also what Allah decides to do. On that Thursday, when I reported for work,
Arjumo ajita wata be interior ya tefana move ayembai ya tefana mbai alala de maro.
On Friday when he closed from work, he did that. On Friday he was also moved to the interior.
Aitake je advisor.
They took him there as an advisor.
So ateta je.
He went there.
Akayembai lente murunda na prisons.
He said he has dismissed me, but I'm back at the prisons.
Abijila luminna.
The day he was supposed to close from work,
he came all
the way till around Abuko, around the petrol station. He was just passing.
Full uniform.
He passed me and he saw me in full uniform. I complimented him when he was passing. He just passed.
Because he
was my boss. I will not insult him. I will not say anything bad about him. He did what he thought was good for him. But Allah is above everything. Mandinka said, somebody's ablution water, if it is more than your bathing water, you will always leave that person alone.
So Allah
this was how Allah decided between me and him. But he just wanted to damage me. And I suffered in his hands. Before all this, even I suffered before all this. And not everything is narrated.
But
there was a time when I suffered greatly in this.
Okay.
What happened in those days? If I come to work until I closed from work and went home, I always thank Allah.
Because there was a time in the prisons,
Because there was a time in the prisons, if it is time for people to close from work, if you close from work and you decided to waste time a little bit, people will say that, well, today he has been locked.
Because
I receive calls because it is a way where transports pass by.
Family for a certain period.
If my family doesn't see me up to a certain period, they will always think that they'll have two minds, thinking that something has gone amiss.
So
whether you have been locked up or not. This is how we were working.
Okay, the
second question, I actually have 3 questions, you will pardon me.
Lafta niwa answer ya asutiande because jamale bela fila purka nyininkar. Okay, it's possible.
I want you to give short answers because there may be some who would also want to ask questions.
Prisoners no menka fa.
Those prisoners that usually die,
anu nibi na ngamira nibe enroll prisons ikela next of king me alongo ni kuketela, it will be responsible, health responsible. I
think when they have been enrolled, the next of kin is always included in the paperwork so that if in the event something happens to that prisoner, that next of kin is informed.
Testify hand over samba death house.
Because
so family members.
I have seen from the witnesses that testified here saying that each time a prisoner died, what they do is they hand over to the medics and they take the corpse to the hospital. Do you not always inform the family members?
Okay, inform them. Momo bantajang ala next of kin.
We inform them. Anyone who dies there, we always inform the next of kin.
Oh, nka information or delay. Nka call sol keke inform because mol bi jele mini alon ko special wala mo la do ko ni medical.
Yes, we do calls and inform their relatives because there are people who are responsible for that. Medics. Because the corpse belongs to the relatives.
So ntolti hanyela nga ma atram me consult.
We will not dare to do anything with the corpse without consulting the relatives.
Confirmation of California himself momi alonko amam badin soto de nga kata nyaaw nyamam fenkeno then after BCC is like responsible. But
except for people,
death house back.
Except for people who have no next of kin. In that case, we hand over the corpse to the BCC.
Next question, Sabanjango.
Third question.
Wala mintiko ni tata remind nga moyele ka fuko ni teketa mo kutoti iman la dula so ika ikela koto ma mo kotol membeje ka ko dole bonde yela la dula sang isa jetel sil la dula dite itel la dula exchange with ite
I heard that if you are being taken to remand as a new prisoner and you have no space where to lie down, you can use money to pay to those inmates that have been in prison for longer so that they could give you their space in exchange for money.
Remind je haniketa new manoti ni nata.
You remind, even if you are a new prisoner, when you reach there,
ni mobe moto ni atra iketa mole timia lonko mo bunya mole muiti.
If you are somebody who is dignified or a respected person,
prisoner ka ikawulile ka palaso dila.
Prisoners will get up and give you space.
But ni mo fananko ibe terla remind ye kodo bondia di prisoner la ni official yaje iba mutalebule because kodo mang allowed selo kono.
But any prisoner that comes there and wants to bribe or give money to other prisoners because of something, money is not allowed there. If they are aware of it, they will take the whole money from you.
Because idamal fang benyo report la.
Because somebody amongst them will report you, which happens there. They will report each other.
Ni bajala ko ibe punishment or sort la auto because imanya na kodo sort la je la kodo everything abeka bukle.
They will receive the money. They will take the money from you, because whenever you go there, that money should be handed over, and in case you do that and you are caught, in fact, you will be punished.
Ila kodo nanga mominte abe safelale ni sulata fen sanna ni official bita shopping kele de go official le bita shopping ke lafta minna wo sangiye bari kodo ngawo mutebulu yenna do ko la luwati nyale action o nyanta talelal.
Because what happens is, when they were booking you in, whatever you come with as part of your possessions, your money will be handed over. And if you go in with money and you are caught, you have gone against our laws, which is not, which doesn't go well with the prison authorities there.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Samba. Any other questions? Yeah, Commissioner Kai, you have the floor. Yeah. Witness, if I can just appeal to you to shorten your answers as we're getting ready to prepare for the afternoon session, and another witness coming, I believe. Commissioner Kai, you have the floor.
Chairman ko ni sila njabirolu sutiyandi katu mbempareka ne puru sede do nyantanala me yalon ko lebe kala tilbula sedoti so ila jabirolu dukare se sutiyandi.
Thank you. My question is a simple one, because throughout this session we've heard that torture has been taking place in the prisons, and that there are instances where prisoners were flogged. But what is not clear to me is whether that is just limited to male prisoners or female prisoners are also included in that.
Commissioner Kala nyini nkaro momenti wala butero fotale meta mwela ko butero lu kake kasola bari wo butero lu fodum ikake ke kasola nkolu damannela adu musolu fana liela dinkira soto jele fo musolu dulu ibuka ne buka lu bute kaso kono jebang musol de nene ma wo moy.
I never heard women be beaten.
Afoko musoli e butero lake
that women were beaten.
Nene ma wo kalamuta andu nene ma moy fana.
I was never aware of that, and I never heard it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jallow, if you have any concluding remarks to make, please proceed to do so now.
Yaman ko Mr. Jallow, ni fana kumasoto ilafta mem banke la janibe pare la kata. Ifana sila o kumolu yitandi sai.
Okay, alhamdulillah rabbil alamina.
Thanks be to Allah.
Nata janne mu banko dingoleti.
Because I came here and I'm a citizen of this country. I should work for this Gambia. This is the Gambia we have. This Gambia belongs to us. If it is good, it's good for all of us. When the country is spoiled, it's for all of us. This TRRC, this is very, very good. Anyone who says bad things about this TRRC, you don't know what we are doing. There was a time when a lot of people suffered in this country. So there are very, very good elders here present. So to bring people together and reconcile people and to establish the truth. Any person who is a good citizen of this country, you shouldn't refuse that. So thank you very much. But I have an appeal. We at the prisons, we have suffered greatly. We at the prisons, it looks like that the government has turned its back on us. Truly speaking, even as a prisoner is brought to mile 2, the moment he arrives at the gate lodge with a police escort, and he happens to see the office where he is going to be admitted, there will be the time where he will know that I will suffer in this place. Because he will realize that the officers here don't even have a place, much more a prison inmate. We don't have an office.
Office will bring colonial days.
The building there, those offices were built there since colonial days.
Council Yavojanne akometa prisons.
Council said it here. He said, I spent a long time working at the prisons. And it's true. I have spent a long time working there. But I have elders there, senior people who have spent longer time than me there. But it's clear to all of us that the building, this prison building, is older than all of us working there. It's older than all the prisoners who are incarcerated in there. It's over 60 years. This prison is the same way it has been. The cells, the way they were built initially, are still the same cells. They have never been changed or reduced or added. The cells there were not built by us. We found them there. We are appealing to government to do something about the prisons. We have suffered. We've had many things being said about us there. If you come to the area of the officers, there are some of our co-workers who has received their risk allowances. We haven't got anything. And I will give out reasons here why I can say that our job is risky. We are staying with prisoners. Somebody who is staying at a place where he doesn't like. Some are under death sentence. Some are under life sentences. Some of them are foreigners. These are the people we work with, and they are the people we go out with. Our officers have suffered greatly. One sergeant who works with us has been stabbed at Tanka. What went into his body, that's what he is estimating. It was only Allah who saved him from death. Chief Tamba, a prisoner kicked him on his leg and broke it. His name is Ansumana Tamba. He has already left the job now. A prisoner broke his leg. By this time. Around this time. Jabi. Prisoner very seriously. A prisoner took a razor blade and sliced him very seriously. What are they taking over? But at that time he was taking over duties. And later on, that developed into meningitis. He was there like that for quite a long time until we all lost courage. We thought that he was going to die. But he was saved by Allah. Things like that happened. Many of those things happened there. Many incidents. In fact, recently, there was a man whose head was split open. The worst part of it. From there, the worst part of the job. What everybody can see is that we take these prisoners out of the prison building. We go and walk outside with these prisoners, and we go into the forest to walk with them. We go and find cooking. We go and find wood for cooking. We don't have guns. We don't even have knives. And they, the prisoners, are the people handling the axes. They cut the firewood with those axes. When they are tired, they hand over those axes to the officers. When it is enough, they will take it and put it on board the truck. There is no, among all the prison officers, those who didn't go out to look for firewood are very few. Because deep forest. I still have pain on my shoulder because of firewood, and all the officers who go out with these prisoners have to take part in the job.
ntata je bata kama moto kuo fango ka moto soto pour kata firewood aka kentol bulu do kolti nga fire service la moto borindi le wo fonga wotinya. Well, police te fola. Army te fola.
This is what's happening there. We the prison officers have to go out with prisoners to look for firewood. Transport problem is one of our challenges there. We drove the prison truck until it was completely broken down. From the police, from the army, we walk with all those trucks to go and look for firewood.
Operation Jimbo need firewood seater.
Jimbo operation at the operations. If it is time to go and look for firewood,
abuka sino abuka lono.
He will not sit down or even stand up. Transport is always a big challenge for us to go into the bush.
And life barracks because
and our life is at a big risk because those prisoners, they can kill officers and run and go into casamas. Because when we go to look for firewood, we go nearer to the border than the interior of this country. If you come to the prisoners,
remand bedaming is a problem.
Where the remand is located is a problem.
Remand fatale.
The remand is completely full.
Josuang fatale.
Josuang is full.
Janjambure fatale.
Janjambure is full.
Ne Gambia jubebi.
If you look at the Gambia today, there are only 3 prisons.
Prison Sabol.
These 3 prisons,
Joshua Janjambure Mile 2.
Joshua Janjambure and Mile 2.
Station Jelle are surrounding Jang.
How many stations are surrounding it?
How many courthouse are surrounding Jang?
How many courthouses are available around?
Bring Kalaji for Katong.
From Kalaji to Katong,
Ibeka Nyapina Mile 2.
They all bring the people to the Mile 2 prisons. And they come with warrants there. You cannot say that the prison is full. The prison is sometimes filled up to the brim.
1,900 plus.
Sometimes you have almost 1,000 or even 900 inmates in the prison there. The time this prison was built, the Gambia's population was not even up to the level it is today. Now, the whole country have their own stations around.
Magistrate also.
There are magistrates around in the country.
Prisons
and now there are no prisons available.
Standard we have any prisoner nata. Well,
I'm appealing to the government to help us with more prisons. Nobody is happy about prisons, but all these prisons belong to all of us. Because as far as it is the country is concerned, there are prisons which are not enough in the country.
Because ndolni across bage prisons je biti loto. Because anyanta tambila nyinala manke ko mol mala fi do ko wala.
If you look at the
mol bi jele minu yalon ko they are very good. And prisonal fana bi jele minu yalon ko mo kende balde bi je minu yalon ko wol dol ka alquran o karan prisons kono le atanka ka bi dem officer en charge inteleke yele kata jame ngoto.
Because if you look at the situation today, there should be more prisons than the amount of prisons in the country. Because among the officers, you have good people. Among the prisoners, you have good people. And among even the prisoners, some of them, they learn the Quran in the prison up to the point of completing it and mastering the Quran. And sometimes it is me or other officers who help them and take them out on Fridays to go and pray Friday, to go and perform their Friday prayers. So there are good people there. If that's the way it is, let them help us. Let's all look at the prisons. All those who came there, what always they say is that we never imagined that this place is like this. When the person goes out, they will always become quiet. If the person goes home and lies down wherever he places his head, that's the end of it. So this is what is our problem there. If you come to mile 2, even defense. We are talking about diseases, but the place where they dump the waste, If those dumping places are lighted with fire, we cannot even breathe in the prisons. Officers cannot breathe in the prisons. If it is the smell,
the whole day
the whole day people will feel the smell around.
Prisons is less than 300 meters.
Where they dump the waste matters between that place Ndangan and the prison is less than 300 meters.
Because
our garden is located next to Ndangan. This is why we have been suffering there up to now. This is all what exists in there, but people don't even look upon the prisoners.
But alhamdulillah rabbil alamin assign prisons benyame abe falinga director soto anala commissioner.
But thanks to Allah, we have a director plus his commissioners. They are trying a lot of things for the people there. There was a time when we were all treated as slaves.
But another mobile commander, a prisoner level commander, a council.
But when he came, the first thing he did was to call the prisoners and counsel them. He told them, I will do my level best and I will try and see what will make things or matters easy for you people here. Whatever I can do on the right of your prisoners, I will try my best to make sure that you get your rights.
I commanded the same thing. I counsel.
Then he also called the officers and talked to them the same way. He told them, you have now gained your freedom. Nobody should walk here under threat. From that day up to this moment,
officer mantra under threat.
No officer has been under threat there. This is why we missed a lot of our officers. Today, at this present moment, you have more females at mile 2 than males on the officer's side. And the work is harder on men than the women there. It was just yesterday when I left the position of a chief officer.
I was the chief officer, man in charge of all the junior officers and the inmates.
I was the chief officer responsible for all the other officers and the inmates.
And
I was one time chief, but I was denied that position. It's because of Allah and Mane. It was Mane who recommended me and took me to that position. If Mane didn't come, by this time we would all have left that place.
Another deputy director.
Plus his deputy director and other directors. Prisoners don't praise anybody. Prisoners don't praise people. There are people, whenever they lack medicine, it is the officers who will take their own money and buy medicine for them. There are prisoners inside this prison there who are so good that if somebody, another prisoner needs medicine and the medicine is not available in there, those prisoners will tell him to wait and they will inform their relatives to buy these medicines for those prisoners.
Mr. Jallow, can you conclude quickly the testimony? As I had indicated, we're going to do that. I don't want to interrupt you, but if you can finalize your remarks, that would be very helpful indeed.
Chairman, ko sila kumosuti yandi sai ya tari yandi because katu dole be siring menyantana la CDRO la wato bitakang.
Yo, o prisoner mol bi jele mi alon ko wolle ka borol sangi because one prisoner bi ka famille Baba Galle.
There are prisoners who always buy medication for other prisoners. What? Because there is one person called Baba Galle.
Baba Galle Jallow.
Baba Galle Jallow.
A prescription
He was given a prescription
so
that he should wear specs.
for operation here.
He informed the operations unit.
Operation here for DG.
Operations unit informed DG.
Ye kodo bondi 2,500 loneto sangaye.
They took out money, 2,500, and bought glasses for him.
For 2,800 lembam, for 2,500, but he specs sangaye. It's very costly, nearly 2,800.
They bought glasses for him around 2,800. Not quite sure whether it was 2,500 or 2,800, but they were able to purchase these glasses for this person.
But momo iminke koku bara alabejola walla.
Allah will reward anybody for any good you do.
One point of observation, because kunung Amadou Skatrin Jane, I ento for jang.
I have one point of observation. Amadou Skatredjane named me here yesterday.
Ako Jombo.
He said Jombo.
And don't tell him Jombo.
And I am Jombo.
I have a TRRC Janet.
He said it at the TRRC here. This is why I also want to say it here, so that we can all hear it together. Truly, I am Jombo.
But in Jimbo fanam bijele.
But there is another person called Jimbo.
So naman Jombo ni Jimbo bondi nyoto.
If he cannot distinguish Jimbo from Jombo,
so asafono Jombo,
he might be able to say it is Jombo.
Because ateka min foko ya la selo side ya chika ya samba Josuang.
What he said, that his cell was searched and they took him to Josuang.
Ya ura ya samba Josuang.
He was stripped naked and taken to Josuang.
Ntema wo sembo sotonu wo wato ka woke.
I don't have the powers at that time to do what he said.
Because prisoner transfer.
To transfer a prisoner is part of our job.
Official ka transfer le.
Officers also transfer.
Prisoner ka transfer le.
Prisoners also transfer.
But it's such prisoner like Ahmad Skatrin Jane.
But prisoners like Amadou Skatredjane,
mile to central prisons, Kasamba Josuan prisons.
I don't have the mandate to remove him from mile 2 prisons and bring him to Josuan prison.
Because Namwela Kafoko Jombo Tata Akamfata Tata Alajobia.
Because I heard him saying that Jombo became angry and went to Alaji Job.
After Inatanang.
Then they came.
Inata transfer Josuang.
And he was transferred to Josuang.
Nteta transfer no Josuang because Alaji Minata je womuna superiority. By then he was a superintendent. Alaji
Job, who came there, was at that time a superintendent, and I was his junior.
And who are on the SPO.
And at that time I was just an SPO.
Jimbo womu operation leti.
Jimbo was the operations unit head.
Kabarika prisoner transfer to Josuan prisons.
To transfer a prisoner to Josuan prisons.
Due to certain reasons, akakele.
It happens due to certain reasons.
So that reasons was best known to the operation and that Alaji Job.
That reason was best known to Alaji Job and the man responsible at the operations
so
unit.
Inspector.
This is what I want to declare here. At that time, I was an SPO, an inspector.
I can fully remember that.
And the day this thing happened, I was not even there. And on that day, I was supposed to come for night duties. I was not even present there at that time.
Thank you. Well, we need to say thank you very much, Emma, for that clarification. In response to Dr. Janice's remarks yesterday. But thank you again very much indeed, Emma, for coming to testify before the Commission. And the information that you have given should help us in formulating our findings on this theme from the prison services. And we have visited the prisons ourselves, but information that the additional information you have given us should help us. We will resume at 3:30. We're running very late, and thank you again, Mr. Jallow, for your testimony. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Why make them for Kontuna? The 2020 census, it helped the government for no whose area need hospital, need highways. This 2020 census, then help government for know watching the people they need. So you go make them go country if you want good road, good hospital na your area. Me they don't country you, so make sure yourself then go country. Una give me una a smart on something. The 2020 census, what are they for country? Not a big one, not a small one, not a granny, not a mommy, not a black, not a white, not a blue. I say they for count all man. You, what they know us, go make them go country. Because me, with me people, they don't country. So make sure yourself, then go country. The immigrants, they work in the country. Well, I tell you, say, una self for go make them go country na. All my work inside the country from April the 1st. All man for go count. So you are inside the country from April the 1st, go make them go country. Una self una go count. If you no count yet, go make them go country. Because me, they don't go count me. So make sure say you self then count you.